Hi, I'm Jody McClenny. I'm the assistant principal at Newport Elementary School. And I wanted to talk for just a second about how we at the school level took this MTSS process and put it into practice. 2 years ago, when the district came to us and talked about switching from the 4-tier model to the 3-tier model, we had to stop and say, what does that mean for us? We knew that simply changing a number on a tier was not going to impact student achievement, and we really had to stop and take a hard look at where we were at as a school and where we wanted to go. And so from a district level, we knew what they wanted, but I also knew from a school level, we had to make this change be something that was doable for our teachers. And so we started at the very beginning, not making it out to be about paperwork, not making it out to be about what they had to do. We really wanted it to be about conversation. And so immediately we started looking at what we were already doing. We have been collecting data for years, benchmark data in math and reading. We were data rich, but we were analysis poor. Our teachers, even on a grade level, were not clear about what that data told us. So we had to strip down right to that bare level with grade level PLCs and make sure that we had the capacity to know what that data was telling us. And those were tough conversations when we began to look at what does it tell us. So we had those conversations with grade levels to ensure that everybody had a systematic approach to how they were going to examine data. And that meant that everybody in our building, whether they were a kindergarten teacher or a fifth grade teacher, knew what the data was telling us. So we had those conversations where we began to look at our data. Now, one of the things that we decided to do before we ever started talking about instruction was to ask our grade level teachers to complete that instructional planning form of what they were already doing before we saw the data. And I made one stipulation that if it went on that form, everybody had to agree that that's what they were doing. And that opened up some very interesting conversations about what was happening, some great things, and then some areas that we needed to look on. So when we came to the table after the beginning of the year benchmark, we looked at that instructional planning form first to see if we had those 5 big ideas in reading, how we were addressing them, and those 8 mathematical principles. Now, at that point, we brought in our current data and looked at our proficient kids, our below proficient, and far below proficient kids, and began to compare what that told us from an instructional standpoint. Again, never talking about paperwork, talking about instruction, what instruction should look like. And at that point was when it really got to be uncomfortable for a lot of people. We'd never done that before. But it also was empowering in the fact that this PLC environment was not a gotcha. It was not an evaluation. It was, this is where we are. Too many times in education, and especially elementary school, when we want to reach kids early, we start throwing things at kids, and we have program after program, but we never get to the point where we strip those things away and know what that child knows at their core level. And that's what we did. We started looking at our instruction as a whole. And it allowed us to make data-informed decisions as to where we are and where we want to go.